There's a plain-as-day disconnect between what Trump says and what he does. Trump says he's going to win this election, but then he stumps in the historically ruby-red 3rd District of Florida near Jacksonville, which the congressional candidate there should already have locked down, showing he's not confident at all. Trump trashes mail-in ballots as hopelessly corrupt and a scam, but his party in Florida is practically begging registered Republicans to request mail-in ballots there. But the biggest disconnect of all is the one that could cost you your life. At his super spreader rallies, Trump continues to downplay the virus, saying it affects virtually nobody. He says this, but remains elevated, protected from the crowds whom he has reportedly referred to as these disgusting people. Because even Trump, the self-described germaphobe, knows this virus is deadly. We even heard him admit it on tape. There are now 7 million cases of coronavirus in the United States. 204,000 people have died. And Trump's party is still acting like your life is expendable. Today, as Florida will soon surpass 14,000 coronavirus-related deaths, Governor Ron Desantis, the Trumpiest foot soldier of them all, lifted state restrictions on restaurants and bars so that Floridians can finally have those fish and chips with a side of COVID. Joining me now is Dr. Bernard Ashby, cardiologist in Florida, state lead of the Committee to Protect Medicare. What will the implications be, Dr. Ashby, of reopening bars and restaurants for indoor dining?
Joy, thanks for having me. And I promise you guys I'm not an angry black man, but it's hard to not get pissed off when we see things like this happening. So just to give you guys context, right?
Yeah.
Florida is reaching 14,000, if not passing 14,000. That's more deaths than Canada, Germany, and most European countries. We have about 21 million people. Germany has about 84 million people. The death rate in Florida has been the highest in the nation over the past week. Our testing capacity is trash, meaning that over 95% of the folks that get a test, it takes longer than longer than 24 hours for the test results to return. This is in the face of the fact that we have the technology to give test results within 15 minutes. We've seen this movie before. It's like Groundhog's Day all over again. In June, DeSantis did the same thing, but the infection rate was not as high as it is now. And we know what's going to happen, and Floridians will pay the price for these bad decisions. And I'm tired of saying this, but I'm pissed off. I'm tired of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a reason to be. I mean, we know that schools, colleges, bars, and restaurants are the 3 of the biggest risk factors for spreading COVID. Does that then mean that also schools will be impacted? Because if people are going into restaurants and eating or going into restaurants and drinking, doesn't that also mean that Florida schools and that kids in Florida are actually at greater risk?
Joy, I mean, how come? Yeah, yes. The answer is yes. I mean, we know what's going to happen. In June, when DeSantis was doing the same thing, we said it was going to happen. In July, we spiked. 14,000 deaths later, he's doing the same thing. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to do except to say, listen, man, like, just do your job and you know, take the appropriate mitigation steps so our economy can reopen. This could have been prevented. Like, the two are not mutually exclusive. Like, this is a false dichotomy, meaning that if the governor and the leadership did what they were supposed to do, meaning improve our testing capacity, improve our contact tracing, improve our mitigation measures, rather than simply reopening the economy, reopening schools without any plans in place to decrease the infection spread, I would be okay with it. But they've done none of that. And you know who's going to pay?
Yeah.
Our Floridians, our most vulnerable population. And as a physician representing other physicians, I don't know what to say. I'm pissed. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get
every reason to be.
People will pay the price for this. People will die. And it's, as a physician and a person who cares about my state, cares about my patients, just do your job, man.
It would be nice. Dr. Bernard Ashby, it's always great to have you on. You have a right to be angry. It is a mess. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend, or try to, please.